Hello and welcome. You're with the news today, Thursday night. This is your primetime destination. Newsmakers, talking points. The big talking point, Mamata Banerjee has sacked her close aide and minister, Partha Chatterjee. But can she really disown the minister whose aide has been caught with mounds of cash? Also, Maharashtra only has two-minister government more than 1 month after it was sworn in. All that and more. But first, as always, the 9 headlines at 9 tonight. Partha Chatterjee is sacked as Bengal's minister a day after his aide is found with mounds of cash. TMC suspends him from all party positions. Mamata Banerjee says she took action against her minister because she's very strict. The opposition says it's too little, too late. 3 more Rajya Sabha MPs suspended. Smriti Irani, Sonia Gandhi now in a showdown in the Lok Sabha over Congress leader Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary's Rashtrapatni comment. Congress leader now summoned by the National Commission for Women. Big breakthrough in the BJP worker Praveen's murder in Dakshin Karnataka. 2 accused are arrested. A PFI link is now being suspected. Chief Minister Bomai calls for a ban on the radical outfit. 4 weeks after Eknath Shinde took oath as Maharashtra's chief minister, the state still awaits a cabinet. The Uddhav camp moves the Supreme Court challenging the speaker's decision to appoint Rahul Shewale as the Shiv Sena Lok Sabha leader. Grand opening for the 44th Chess Olympiad in Chennai. Prime Minister Modi, Chief Minister Stalin and superstar Rajnikant along with Vishwanathan Anand attend the gala ceremony. It's one of the biggest sports events taking place in the country. COVID cases surge in the national capital. Over 1,000 cases recorded for the second consecutive day. Positivity rate breaches 6%. Indian Navy takes the delivery of the prestigious indigenous aircraft carrier INS Vikrant, carrier to aid India counter China in the seas. 5G auction brings in 1.4 lakh crore bids on the 3rd day. Jio, Vodafone, Airtel, Adani in the race for more spectrum. And the United States enters a technical recession as GDP numbers contract by 0.9%. US Fed opts for a 75 basis point rate hike to 9.1%. But tonight's top story, West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee has finally cracked the whip. She has sacked her arrested minister Partha Chatterjee from the ministry a day after there was another major cash haul that the Enforcement Directorate got from the house of Partha's friend Arpita Mukherjee. The total haul from the raid stands at around 50 crore rupees in cash. The sheer images of that cash that has been seized has put Mamata's government on the defensive. Tonight, we're going to raise the big question about cash and carry politics and what it means. But first, take a look at the drama that unfolded today in Kolkata.
Bundles of currency notes running into crores recovered from flats belonging to actor Arpita Mukherjee, a confidant of a senior Bengal minister, Partha Chatterjee. The images stunned the country. The question on everyone's mind was when will CM Mamata Banerjee drop the axe on the senior TMC leader? The answer came on Thursday evening after a cabinet meeting. Shortly after the cabinet meet, the Chief Secretary issued a notification relieving Partha Chatterjee of his duties as Commerce and IT Minister. 2 hours later, he was suspended from the party too.
এবং আজকে যে ঘটনা ঘটেছে বা যে সমস্ত তথ্য আমাদের সামনে আসছে একটা সিদ্ধান্ত অলরেডি মুখ্যমন্ত্রী নিয়েছে এবং মন্ত্রিসভা থেকে বিভিন্ন দপ্তরের তিনি দায়িত্বপ্রাপ্ত ভারপ্রাপ্ত মন্ত্রী ছিলেন তাকে মন্ত্রিসভা থেকে অপসারণ করা হয়েছে.
The sacking comes a day after the Enforcement Directorate found more money stashed at another flat owned by Arpita in Kolkata. It took ED 10 hours and multiple counting machines loaned from banks to finish this count. 27.90 crore rupees. The total cash haul from the 2 flats now at 250 crore rupees. The cash was wrapped in white paper put in green bags and stored inside cupboards. Gold and jewellery worth 4.31 crore rupees was also recovered from the lockers inside Arpita's flat. The BJP is gunning for Mamta Banerjee, while the TMC is clearly on the back foot.
আমি আপনাকে বলছি যে ইনভেস্টিগেটিং এজেন্সির কাছে কি আছে আমি জানি না 308 পাতার সমস্ত দুর্নীতি আপনার গ্রুপ ডি নিয়োগ থেকে শুরু করে কলেজ সার্ভিস কমিশন পর্যন্ত সমস্ত দুর্নীতি পার্থ চ্যাটার্জির ওই অফিস থেকে ঘর থেকে হয়েছে এবং গাইডেড বাই ইনস্ট্রাক্টেড বাই মমতা ব্যানার্জি
That is position we have distanced ourselves from Arpita and her money.
And
That's
also
all.
the fact that
When Partha Chatterjee was arrested a few days back, the Trinamool Congress had then announced that it has full faith in the investigation and it will wait till the truth is unearthed. However, within a few days, Partha Chatterjee has now been removed from all posts within the party and also as a minister in the Mamta Banerjee government. Clearly, the Trinamool Congress seemed to be on the back foot with huge sum of money once again being unearthed from Arpita Mukherjee's second residence here in Kolkata.
The teacher recruitment scam has put Mamta Banerjee in a spot. The BJP has evidently trained its gun on her. But bigger trouble is at home. Mamta Banerjee will have to play peacemaker between old guard and the new guard in TMC. With Indrajit Kundu, Bureau Report, India Today.
$50 crores in cash and counting found in the residences of an aide to the minister who's been sacked. But can Mamta Banerjee totally disown her number two? Is the TMC's image now dented beyond repair? Is this simply the tip of the iceberg? Will many more names emerge? Can Mamta stave off the damage? Some of the questions we'll raise. Shehzad Poonawala, the BJP's evergreen spokesperson, is with me. Jayanto Ghoshal, consulting editor and someone who's tracked Bengal for years, is with us. Dr. Shashi Panja, West Bengal minister, with us. And Justice A.K. Ganguly, former Supreme Court judge, is with us. So we'll get a Kolkata perspective there. But first to you, Shashi Panja. Do you accept that it is not easy for Mamta Banerjee or indeed the Trinamool Congress to disown someone who only till the other day was your senior minister, head of your disciplinary committee, someone who was seen as a right-hand man or certainly very close to Mamta Banerjee? Are you really telling me that all of this was happening without Mamta Banerjee's knowledge?
No, let me tell you this. First of all, good evening to all. That I think Mamata Banerjee has set a precedence because what she has done, nobody else in the country has done. There are allegations of corruptions against various political leaders, not only economic, but there are also allegations of sexual assault, rape, etc. You know that. Kuldeep Singh Sangar and all that, I'm not getting it. There are also allegations of minister's son mowing down farmers, but no actions were taken. So she has set a precedence that she will not spare, be it a minister, be it a very important portfolio holder, or be it somebody down the tire, somebody like a panchayat member, or even a basic portfolio holder or a worker. So that's the strong message, and she has set a precedence.
But is it too little too late, Dr. Panja, as the opposition says? Here is Arpita Mukherjee, the aide who's arrested on Saturday. Then the money stumble out over the weekend. Then a second haul on Wednesday makes it virtually impossible for the minister to continue. Mamta Banerjee could have acted months ago. The Kolkata High Court had put out strong observations on an education scam in November last year. Why did it take so long for her to act is the question the opposition is asking.
No, Mr. Sardesai, the basic thing is that matter is also sub judice. So the matter, the CBI investigation, and remember he appeared for interrogation. The CBI had called him twice. He did appear. He didn't kind of shy away from it. So the interrogation or the investigation was on. Further on now, of course, the ED has stepped in and the arrest, etc. So the point is this, that the ongoing investigation was on, but what we said right from the very beginning was, we don't know the aide. We yet don't know the aide. Is his friend or his acquaintance. We are not associated with the acquaintance. For that matter, even the acquaintance has said, I'm not related to Trinamool Congress. I think she said it on the first day itself. And
Are
Whatever
you
the
telling me
investigation
seriously that I am expected to believe that Mamata Banerjee had no idea what was going on with her key aide?
This is very disappointing because Mamata Banerjee herself is very disappointed. I mean, it is something which is very incredulous and difficult to assimilate that he was so close to the government or he was so close to the party and such things could happen. But nobody can be spared. That is what Mamata Banerjee has said, however close you are. So I wouldn't say, I mean, then in that case, Rajdeep, I just have a question because internal security of the country is also very important. Mehul Choksi and Nirav Modi and all flew away, Vijay Mallya. So we have to really question the central intelligence too.
No,
That is
ma'am,
also,
let's not draw a parallel between Mehul Bhai, Nirav Modi, who are businessmen who are later on found to have swindled the system, from someone who was seen by many as the senior minister, who's got all these crores of rupees with his aid. All of this raises question. But listen to what Mamata Banerjee told me just earlier this month, because at the Kolkata conclave, East India conclave of India today, I had asked her about this recruitment scam, jobs for cash. Listen to what she said. I forgot to mention there's an education recruitment scam that your ministers allegedly
You
involved
cannot
in.
say it is scam.
Allegation.
No. You talk about BHAPM first. You talk about UP first. It is somebody alleged, BJP party and CPM party.
They've alleged that that Trinamool Congress workers have been given benefits in teacher recruitment.
It is not.
The Kolkata High Court has intervened.
It is not. Calcutta High Court, what they give verdict, I will not mention anything about the court verdict, because you know better than me how court can protect country and how we can also protect court. So I am not going to quarrel with them. We know better than. Even I should not say, but if sometimes come, I will plead that. The matter is that it is on investigation process. Let the investigation process is over. Before that, you should not go for any media trial. And that is not legally permittable also.
So just 4 weeks ago, she says you should not go in for a media trial, wait for the investigation to conclude. Now, Jayanto Ghoshal, the investigation has shown these large amounts of cash with Arpita Mukherjee. Am I to seriously believe that Mamata Banerjee had no clue what Partha Chatterjee was doing?
Rajdeep, I am completely convinced that Mamata Banerjee didn't know.
Didn't know.
Because, I tried to understand. I was in Calcutta. Yesterday I talked to her. She was so upset because, when court was giving this sort of hearings and investigation was on, there are two schools of thought. One school of thought inside TMC that immediately you should take action, and in future, otherwise, it can be more disturbing situation. So the preemptive action should be taken. But why Mamata Banerjee took time, that doesn't mean that she was supporting Partho, but she was trying to understand, because she never believed this sort of. When she saw the photograph, she was shocked.
When she saw the photograph, she required the photographs of those crores of rupees to wake up to the reality. The reason I'm asking you this, Jayanto, she's a supreme leader. She controls the party. She's the numero uno. If I am the numero uno, I don't know what my number 2 or 3 are doing under me. No idea at all. Even though these questions have been raised by the Kolkata High Court as a CBI investigation, surely Mamata would have tried to find out who is Arpita Mukherjee all these months. Suddenly she appears out of the blue.
No, she tried to find it out because she didn't know that what was the relationship with Partho and Arpita. This is completely personal relationship. And Arpita, she is not nobody in Trinamool. Trinamool, you ask any TMC guy that who is Arpita, nobody knows Arpita. But Partho's relationship with Arpita was there. And now when Mamata saw that the information that Partho made a property deal with Arpita in 2013.
So you're saying she had no clue who Arpita Mukherjee was?
No, she didn't know. She didn't know.
She didn't know. Okay.
She didn't know.
So, as I said, it stretches incredulity at times to believe that the top leader didn't know what was happening under her nose. But either way, Shehzad Poonawala, she's acted. The fact is, she has not just removed him as minister, she sacked him from the party. So she's taken tough action now. Do you concede that that is what needs to be done? I mean, we've had the case, as we've seen at the center, when it came to Mr. Teni. His son was also serious charges made, but the minister was able to disown himself and he continues in office. At no stage did your government act against the minister. Here you've got at least Mamata Banerjee not just sacking him as minister, removing him from the party. Is that enough for you?
First of all, I'm not in the business of making necessities into a virtue, as is being done on this panel by at least two panelists. Let me first put a factual intervention. Mr. Ghoshal, senior journalist, I respect him a lot, said Mamata Banerjee did not know Arpita kaun hai. This was a story broken by India Today, and let me show you the audio and the video of Mamata Banerjee praising Arpita for her good work.
We have seen all
It was broken by India Today.
Whether she knew what Arpita Mukherjee was up to. Let's be
let me first
there
get...
are hundreds of
Rajdeep,
people
this
who
can't
will
be
there.
every night I come on your show, you don't allow me to complete and make a continuous statement.
Because I'm asking you a question, respond to the question.
I'll respond to that also, but please let me make my statement, my friend. Then you ask me counter, because Shashi got a chance, Jayanto got a chance.
Please do.
Apart from that, there are pictures of here, Miss Arpita, on the official platform of TMC, and she was also seated on the 21st July program in the first row. But I'm not saying go by the pictures or even by this video where Mamata is praising Arpita. I am saying go by other evidence of the links of Arpita with TMC and with Partha. From the, and I wouldn't call it tip of the iceberg, I would call it tip of the mountain of cash, TMC in short. The tip of the mountain of cash, there was an envelope of the West Bengal Education Department. There were deeds linking Partha and Arpita, or misdeeds one would say. There were admit cards in her house that were found, and then there were mounds of cash and gold coins, etc. that were found. Clearly, there was no option left with Mamata Banerjee but to sack. It may have started with Partha, but does it end with Partha? Let me make two important points in this. First of all, ignorance is no better than indulgence. Either Mamata Banerjee was indulging this corruption, or she is so incompetent that this kind of scale of corruption was taking place and she was ignorant about it. That shows that she is even worse as a performer in the Chief Minister's chair, and she doesn't deserve to be there. Let me tell you why. Because the Calcutta High Court Division Bench, by the way, in May 2022, which she said she had rejected that it's a scam, had said it is categorically, it's a public scam. Secondly, they had cancelled the admission of Ankita Adhikari, who is the Minister of State, Paresh Adhikari's daughter. Now, I want to ask Shashi Panjaji, when the High Court cancelled the application and the appointment of Ms. Ankita Adhikari and told her to return the salary, what action have they taken on Mr. Paresh Adhikari? Point number one. Point number two, I give her credit for one thing. Yes, she has done one thing right, Ms. Mamata Banerjee, that she has institutionalized corruption and corrupted every institution. This is an institutionalization of corruption where Ma Mati Manush has been replaced by money, money, money. From cut money to syndicate to Rose Valley scam to this kind of SSC scam where teacher and those taught both were defrauded. Look at the scale of this scam that teacher जो बनना चाहता है और जिसको सीखना है वो दोनों उसमें fraud में आए. I want to ask simple question to her. First, did she not know of such a scale of corruption taking place despite the High Court order? Secondly, the High Court order clearly cancelled the appointment of Ankita Adhikari. What action have they taken on Ankita Adhikari's father, who is continuing to be a minister? Thirdly, she's comparing it to all these things. Let's go by one standard, that court comes up with orders. The court has come up with an order against Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi, they play victim card. The court has come up with an order against Satyendra Jain. Even yesterday one order has come, they play a victim card. Court has come out with an order on SSC scam, they play victim card. She, on your channel and your show, has questioned the judiciary. Did she not say that judiciary comes under pressure?
Okay, you made your point. Let Shashi Panja respond. Shashi Panja, as I said, before I come to Justice Ganguly, I'll give you a chance to respond to what Shehzad Poonawala has said. I come back to it. Let's look at the chronology. The chronology clearly suggests that this investigation began more than 8 months ago. The CBI was brought into the case through the Kolkata High Court. There was clearly, therefore, reason to believe that a prima facie case existed. If the Chief Minister was serious about cracking down on corruption, she should have launched her own investigation. She could have easily found out what was happening under her nose. That's the problem. What she's done today, good that she sacked Partha Chatterjee. It's a strong message. But she could have done it much earlier. She could have saved herself all this embarrassment.
Rajdeep ji, if it's your question, it's fine. But Shehzad Poonawala was saying something about the incompetence and the indulgence. You know, those fingers also are then on the same grounds are pointing at Honorable Prime Minister of the country. Okay, when we talk about central intelligence failure, when such people ran away with so much of money. So be very careful when you point fingers at somebody. Those fingers are even being pointed at Honorable Prime Minister.
Can I intervene?
Unfortunately, no, you can't. You can't. I didn't button, so you
Are there
can't.
two anchors
Now,
in this?
you know, this is...
Mr. Punawala, now that's enough.
No,
Yes, go
there's
ahead.
so much of...
No, Dr.
Look
Panja.
at
This is
one
what
of the
about?
failures of demonetization. It's not... No, you can accuse...
Ankita Adhikari.
Please take it. No, forget it. I have so many questions to ask you. You have so many answers to give. You won't realize. Can you answer the question on Subhendu Adhikari? So you can't. You have evaded on all. Sure. No, you can't, because he's not even been interrogated once, investigated, even called for investigation even once. But on a similar complaint, Firhad Hakim, Subrata Mukherjee, late Subrata Mukherjee, they were all called and they were also jailed. But we don't have a washing machine like you have. But look at the outcome, Rajdeep ji, of demonetization. Somebody promised in 2016 that we will do away with all the black money. Now look at this. What is this money then? Of course, it is investigating. The person will not be, we have not even defended him. Whoever it is will be caught. But where does this money come from? So what is the output eventually of demonetization? What have you curbed? Black money. Where have you curbed black money? So your failures. You remember the line? We used to stand in the line to collect our own money from our own banks.
Dr. Panja, surely you're not now going to suggest that because this corruption has been caught on massive scale in Bengal, we must blame demonetization for it. For God's sake, let's not do that.
We're not blaming that. We are just saying, look at this. Every drug has a side effect. Look at this side effect. I mean, this has also emerged. And I stand by the statements we've given in the past on your show, on the TV debates that we took part in from 23rd. We are not defending anybody. Mamata Banerjee has said she's zero tolerant to any kind of corruption. We stand by it. I mean, we are not going to be covered.
One minute.
It's time for BJP to take some action on Subhendu Adhikari. It's not a washing machine.
While he will raise Paresh Adhikari, you will raise Subhendu Adhikari, and I'll come. No, 1 minute, Mr. Punawala. Justice Ganguly has waited patiently.
I understand. Give me 5 seconds.
No, I won't give you the 5 seconds till Justice Ganguly first comes in. Justice Ganguly, you're watching these images over the last few days in Bengal, 40-50 crores. General perception in Bengal is a poor state. Here on a teacher recruitment scam, someone has made crores and crores of rupees. How do you respond to it? As a jurist, as someone who's seen public life over the years, is there a sense of disgust, anger? How do you respond?
Well, personally speaking, I am shocked, and as an Indian and as a Bengali, I am ashamed. I'm ashamed because of the mess of corruption in which the state is in. There is no scope for any argument. I mean, how can you defend it? In democracy, there is a thing called collective responsibility. It is also engrafted in our constitution that the cabinet is collectively responsible to the people. Now, is it possible that one man will do this kind of monumental corruption single-handedly without the knowledge and concurrence of others in the cabinet? Well, I can't believe it. The common people also don't believe it.
That's an important point you're making. That's an important point you're making, that even the common... You're making an important point that even the common people of Kolkata don't believe it. They don't believe that this was just Partha Chatterjee.
Democracy, common people's perception is important. It's very important.
Is that the reason, Jayanto Ghoshal? Is that the reason that... Just a minute, be patient. Jayanto Ghoshal, is that the reason why Mamata Banerjee responded in the way that she did? She recognized that the common people's perception was going to drift away from her because of these large wads of cash that were being seen. In a poor state like Bengal, when you see this, it only confirms that our politicians are making crores of rupees.
Perception sometimes is very important in politics. Now
is that the reason why she acted today in the way that she did?
Absolutely. I am asking one question, that this money, it is for the education scam. enforcement agency also has not come to the conclusion. This is a cash of Arpita. Partha Arpita relationship is there, but the education scam is a different story. You are connecting, we are all connecting that this education scam and this money. But this money is with Arpita. Arpita is nobody in Trinamool, and she may say that it is Partha's, I am the custodian of Partha's money.
Shehzad is saying she's been seen at Trinamool Congress functions.
How, Sahajat?
She's been seen at the Trinamool Congress functions.
I am asking Sahajat that this money, it is for the education scam money. Enforcement agency has not come to the conclusion, and you have come to the conclusion. So it's a political conclusion, but not the judicial.
Okay, interesting point, because Shehzad Poonawalla, be patient. The fact is, the monies have been found by the enforcement directorate. The same enforcement directorate which Dr. Shashi Panja says will not investigate our Shuvendu Adhikari.
Yeah.
You know, the fact is that the moment you move, you see, the reason why the BJP's shouting and screaming becomes weakened is because those who were in the Trinamool Congress and joined you, whether it's Mukul Roy, whether it's Shuvendu Adhikari, the moment they join you, they become clean.
Okay.
That's the washing machine. You have become a washing machine. Therefore, you can't take the moral high ground.
Rajdeep, I request you to just give me some uninterrupted time. I'll complete in 45 seconds.
45 seconds.
Yeah, 45 seconds. You know, this problem is yesterday itself, the Supreme Court has vindicated the ED, yet we have people playing the victimhood card and saying that Bhrashtachar hamara Shishtachar, और अगर करोगे जांच तो हो जाएगा अत्याचार और करेंगे दुराचार. This kind of argument I've never heard. If madam has so much proof against Suvendu or anybody else, go to a court of law. Surely the courts are not biased. Go to a court of law, expose us, and tomorrow, Rajdeep, you can do a debate that, look, Shehzad Poonawalla, your agencies weren't doing the job they were required to do. The court of law has ruled on that. For 8 years, they've not been able to get one instance of that. They come here and they cry. And by the way, on your show, in that stage, Mamata Banerjee, after the High Court said, yes, there is a scam, she came out and said there's no scam. She's the Chief Minister. After the High Court came out with the verdict, which wasn't controverted by the Supreme Court, what right does she have to come out and say, no, there was no scam? She should have at least said, in all honesty, look, there is a scam as per the High Court. We should investigate until the time the names are clear. I will ask my minister to step down. But she came and said, judiciary is biased, this is biased, whole world is against me, planets are against me. This kind of attitude by the Chief Minister is kosher for them.
No, 1 minute. When there was 1 minute, Mr. Poonawalla, 1 minute. When there were land and mining scams against your Chief Minister, Mr. Yediyurappa, did you ask him to step down? Did you say that pending inquiry, Mr. Yediyurappa will step down? Hammam mein, I keep saying it, I know you don't like it. Hammam mein sab nange hai, only the difference is the amount of nange, but go ahead.
Let me respond to this by setting, look, I say something.
Did you sack Yediyurappa?
I am answering that, Rajdeep. I can't say yes or no. At least on your show, we are on more.
Sir, did you sack Mr. Yediyurappa?
I am saying, I'm giving you an answer. I can't say yes or no answer to that. No. See,
it's a yes or no answer. Why did you not sack Mr. Yediyurappa?
Because I have to give the reason also. Will you hear my reason?
Yes.
Rajdeep, the basic standard can't be that Shashi Panja makes an allegation on me, I make an allegation on her. We'll keep the basic standard as a court of law verdict or naming or observation or something of that standard, right? Now, there's a court of law verdict against the SSC scam. There's a court of law verdict against Satyendra Jain. There's a court of law verdict against Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi, which has not been challenged and accepted as a challenge by the High Court and Supreme Court. On the basis of that, we are demanding the resignation. If there is a court of law verdict against Yediyurappa, by all means, they should come and tell us to apply the same standard. Let me complete. But now I understand why Shashi Panja ji was so disturbed when demonetization took place. ये सारा कुछ पैसा जमा करना था, इसीलिए तो ये disturbed थे demonetization से. And lastly, madam, Paresh Adhikari has been named in the High Court order that his daughter's appointment was illegal. If you are setting such high standards of kattar imandari like your friend in Delhi, please tell me, pray, that why haven't you taken action on Paresh Adhikari?
Okay,
his daughter's appointment was cancelled.
Shashi Panja, you know, wouldn't the better way be to have a complete cleanup of the TMC? Because it's not just this case. You've had in the past now, both with the so-called syndicates that have existed, the Narda Sarda scam, several Trinamool Congress leaders at both state, district level, the likes of Anubrato Mandal, who've had serious charges made. Why is it possible for Mamata Banerjee to clean up? Or is she just doing damage limitation by sacking today Partha Chatterjee? Is this just pure damage limitation? As Justice Ganguly said, people are angry and disgusted.
Yes, of course, people will be angry and disgusted. We are not, even denying that, or we are not even trying to obviate that, or not even trying to hide that. Mamata Banerjee is the face of Bengal. First, we have to understand that. And if somebody is trying to think that they could not win Bengal and they can malign her, that is where we step in and we are vociferous about this. Now, she has not compromised with any kind of corruption. So you have to believe this. It will go on record that she has not told anybody to be corrupt and that she was unaware of it. This is also second. Now, Shehzad Poonawalla, I need to correct you on two things because you keep mentioning it in various shows. One is that lady who was on the 21st July, that is not a 21st July program. You are wrong. That is a blood donation program elsewhere, unconnected. And secondly, those Durga Puja celebrations, we have celebrities all over the place inaugurating. And Mark Mamata Banerjee said, "Are you an actress from Orissa? Oh, you act in Orissa films. Oh, that is what she appreciated." And I would say very simply, she blessed her. So don't use those two instances because you are misleading.
No, 1 minute. Shehzad Poonawalla, that is a very dangerous argument to take because tomorrow we will ask in the context of Prime Minister at his residence calling someone Mehul Bhai.
Very good. I knew you would come to that.
No, let's not go into that. Let's not because these are dangerous. I want to focus on the hard facts. The hard facts are very clear. Mounds of cash have been found and they've been found with an aid of someone who was a close aide of the Chief Minister.
Rajdeep.
Therefore, disowning Partha Chatterjee, it's one thing sacking him, but the stench of what has happened will remain for a long time. And therefore, Mamata Banerjee will need to do much more to prove that the Trinamool Congress has nothing to do with it. Because Jayanto Ghoshal, even her nephew, Abhishek Banerjee, has the ED at his door. Last month, Abhishek's wife has been questioned. Somewhere, is it that Mamata Banerjee now feels encircled? Could this be that Mamata Banerjee is going to have to do much more to prove that she is above it all, that she has nothing to do with what's going on around her?
But surely, Rajdeep, one question you should ask is why did she give a clean sheet after the High Court verdict?
Okay.
Why did she do that? Is that
Rajdeep
responsible on the constitutional position holder?
Rajdeep ji.
Please ask Ms. Panja that. Please ask her what action on Paresh Adhikari. She's running away from these two fundamental questions. All through the debate. I request you.
You will not be able to win Bengal like this.
This is not about
winning
an election, it is about propriety, it is about our children, our youth, our employment that should have been given to people who are meritorious, not money-minded.
The frequency and timing of
okay, you made your points, ma'am. Very quickly, Jayanto, what can Mamata Banerjee do now? Can she, in a way, haul herself out of this situation and show that she has nothing to do with what's happening around her?
No. Now she has realized that lot of actions should be taken. And you know, Mamata Banerjee, you have to appreciate one thing, that Mamata Banerjee is not Rahul Gandhi. Mamata Banerjee is the only politician in the state. I appreciate Modi ji, for the last 10 years, there is no corruption, no minister found guilty in the cabinet. But now when Mamata found one case now I think the plan of action will be more aggressive, more proactive. Maybe major cabinet reshuffle will take place. Induction and deduction will take place. Just wait.
Has she realized that there are people around her who have perhaps
of the party also. Overhauling of the party
so
also.
She has recognized that there is something seriously wrong.
Yeah, because you know.
Okay, let me leave it there because clearly this is boiling over. This will not end here.
Yeah.
A final word, Justice Ganguly, 30 seconds to you. What would you say? What would your advice be to the politicians of your state?
I can't advise the politician. I am only worried about one thing. Now you see, it is clear that no teacher can get a job in West Bengal without bribing the minister. And those who bribe the minister and get a job, what kind of a teacher are they going to be? What kind of education they are going to impart? What will happen to the education, to the children of this state?
Well, we are told that Mamata Banerjee has now assured that there will be a complete rehaul of the recruitment system.
Rajdeep, but since you get to interview Mamata a lot, will you ask her next time that her giving a clean sheet after the High Court came to verdict was absolutely
possible? Shehzad Poonawalla, okay, let's leave it there, sir. As you said,
is it possible? May I just say one sentence?
Yes,
one
sir.
word.
Yes,
when the learned judge was interfering in such appointment, she was commented upon by the ruling party very adversely. People have tried to boycott his court. Those who belong to Mamata Banerjee's party in the Bar Association of Calcutta, they tried to boycott his court. But the learned judge has done a wonderful job, I must say, as a former judge.
And so we must say has the Enforcement Directorate in this particular instance, because at the end of the day, these cash hauls reveal the grime that lies in our society, particularly in our political system.
All this investigation has taken place pursuant to judicial order.
Let me leave it there. Thank you all very much for joining me.
Scenario in this country?
I hope that this will result in a wake-up call for Mamata Banerjee and all our politicians who believe in a cash and carry political system. From Bengal, I am turning to my home state of Maharashtra, where today will be 4 weeks since the Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde and the Deputy Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis took an oath. 4 weeks later, there is no cabinet. They haven't been able to appoint a cabinet. Why? Because everyone wants to become a mantri. So whatever happened to providing Maharashtra with a stable government? Take a look.
Rolling into Maharashtra's administrative headquarters in his manual wheelchair for a year now. But for Praveen Palade, a young lawyer from Buldhana district, almost 500 kilometers away, navigating this towering Mantralaya building poses a bigger challenge than before. He has been turned away by the state's housing department regarding his application for a house under a state scheme for the disabled people. The reason being, it's ministerless.
मैं 2 जुलाई को मंत्रालय आया था, लेकिन यहाँ बोले मिनिस्ट्री है ही नहीं, हम लेटर नहीं लेंगे आपका। तो फिर मैं रजिस्टर एडीसी भेजा, रजिस्टर एडीसी भी उन्होंने नहीं लिया, यहाँ तक कि सीएम साहब के ऑफिस में उन्होंने ले लिया। वो अब क्या हुआ क्या नहीं उसके फॉलोअप के लिए मैं आया था।
With only the Chief Minister and his deputy at the helm, the Mantralaya is overcrowded with MLAs and the citizens looking for appointments, routine approvals and for day-to-day paperwork. Amidst them are government staff trying for a modest raise in their honorarium for the last 4 years. With no minister yet in place for the department they work for, these women have now pinned hopes on the new Chief Minister for the sanction.
तो हमें ये लगता है कि हमारा काम होगा और जल्द से जल्द मंत्रिमंडल का जो विस्तार है वो भी हो जाएगा, तो भी हमारा काम जल्द से होगा, तो वो भी होना चाहिए ऐसे मुझे लगता है। ईश्वर साक्षी शपथ घेतो की।
With almost a month since Eknath Shinde assumed the top job in the state with his deputy, the opposition in the state has alleged the decision regarding cabinet positions will finally be taken by the BJP leadership in New Delhi and not by the new CM.
शिंदे सरकार असलं तरी शिंदे साहेबांचे आमदार आहेत 40 आणि जवळपास 115 हे भाजपचे त्यांचे अपक्ष आणि त्यांचे कमळाच्या चिन्हावर निवडून आलेले, त्याच्यावर 115 एका बाजूला आणि एका बाजूला 40 एवढी संख्या म्हटल्यानंतर साहजिकच भारतीय जनता पक्षाचं तिथं वर्चस्व राहणार हे सरळ सरळ सगळ्यांना दिसतंय.
On its part, the ruling Shinde faction has rejected the accusations of being a second fiddle to the BJP.
There were more urgent things to tackle, especially it was flood, and giving relief to the people was more important than cabinet expansion. And I'm sure soon we will have a cabinet expansion.
The Shinde faction says the new state government will also continue the practice of having guardian ministers for each district in Maharashtra. The localized leaders who bring issues concerning districts to cabinet ministers in Mumbai.
For now though, official sources say the delay in portfolio allocation has left state's top bureaucracy in a fix, with many senior officers hesitant to take key decisions on their own in the absence of ministers in the saddle. With video journalist Raju Inamdar and Samir Shanbag. Myself Ritvik Bhalekar for India Today, Mumbai.
So what is the real reason why Maharashtra cannot get a cabinet? I spoke to Shinde Sena leader Deepak Kesarkar earlier today. Listen in. And joining me now is the spokesperson and MLA from the Shinde Sena faction. Deepak Kesarkar joins me. Appreciate your joining us, Mr. Kesarkar. Today marks 4 weeks since the Chief Minister was sworn in and the Deputy Chief Minister was sworn in, and there is no cabinet expansion still that has taken place. Are you telling me India's second most populous state will be run only by 2 persons? You can't even form a cabinet, sir, after almost a month?
Sir, cabinet formation is important, no doubt. But at the same time, we had several things which were to be tackled immediately. One was the flood situation, and then the various decisions which were kept pending for quite a long time. So that decision-making process has improved a lot. And right now, the survey which was done by our government departments, our speed of taking decisions were 125%, whereas it was 50% in the previous government. So, no doubt, the feelings of the people of the districts which are far off from Mumbai were thinking that if there are no guardian ministers, then it becomes difficult for them to approach the government authority. That feeling I have already made known to Honorable CM and Deputy CM, and they have assured me that they will make the expansion as soon as possible. But it's a process where senior leaders are also involved.
No, you're saying expansion. Sorry, sir. You're saying, Mr. Kesarkar. Mr. Kesarkar. You're saying expansion as soon as possible. It's already 4 weeks. You should have already, you planned for everything else. You planned to go to Surat and stay in a hotel, to go to Guwahati and stay in a hotel to break the Shiv Sena. But when it comes to government formation, you seem to have been caught napping. You are telling me, sir, that in a state like Maharashtra, which has been affected by floods, where there is farmer suicide, only the Chief Minister and Deputy Chief Minister can run the entire Mantralaya? Where are the ministers? Where are the guardian ministers? How is this state going to run like this?
Sir, it is mostly dependent on the efficiency of the people, because you should remember that Jagan Mohan Ji, when he took over as the Chief Minister, 3 months there was no cabinet. But still, in our case, it would happen as fast as possible.
But is the real truth, Mr. Kesarkar, that there is a fight for the Lal Batti? Everybody wants to be a mantri. That whether you're an independent or the Shiv Sena faction or BJP, everybody is racing to become a mantri, and you are finding it impossible at the moment to accommodate all these pulls and pressure. That is the reality, is it not?
So this is not the fact. In fact, none of us are unhappy, because we are quite happy with the kind of accessibility that the CM and Deputy CM has. So if you come to Mantralaya, you will find at least 50 to 100 MLAs coming to Mantralaya every day and meeting the CM, Deputy CM, and get the works of the people done. So that is happening very fast. Even yesterday, when Mrs. Shindeji, who is our Honorable CM, was supposed to leave for Delhi, I could realize that there were around 200 to 300 people waiting in the queue to meet the Honorable CM. So he made it a point to look into each representation that he received, and he marked those representations as well. This is happening for the first time, because they are in such a hurry. They usually do it after they reach, but here
why is it so
they are
difficult
giving
then?
the remarks also.
But Mr. Kesarkar, why is it then so difficult to form a cabinet? No, if all is well, Mr. Kesarkar, if all is well, if everyone is happy, why is it so difficult to form a cabinet?
Sir, when you are forming a cabinet with a national party, you will definitely remember that when this Mahavikas Aghadi was being formed, it took 1 month to just make that common minimum program. And then they declared the support, and the cabinet came into existence only after that. And before formation of the cabinet also, there were several meetings, because Congress headquarters is in Delhi. And that's why that process was going on, and it was quite a lengthy process. So I think that you should give us some time, and it would happen within next maybe couple of days.
No, I am very, I hope that the people of Maharashtra will give you time. But what I want to understand, you mentioned that the Chief Minister had to come to Delhi. He has already come 5 times in the last 1 month to Delhi. When the Maharashtra Vikas Aghadi government was formed, you said Sharad Pawar is the remote control. He is running the government. That was the charge. Today, the charge is Amit Shah, Home Minister of the country is your remote control. Eknath Shinde has to come to Amit Shah for every decision. Even the cabinet is going to be decided in Delhi and not in Mumbai. Is that true or not?
Sir, cabinet will not consist only of Shiv Sena ministers, but it will also consist of BJP ministers, because BJP ministers are to be decided by the BJP party, whereas the headquarters of BJP is in Delhi, and they have no doubt come to Delhi, but they have come for different reasons. There were court cases also for which they will have to look into that also. So every time it was not regarding the cabinet expansion. And
Okay. You're saying that there are no problems, but as I said, it's almost a month now. Today is 4 weeks since that government was formed in Maharashtra. We still don't have a cabinet. We'll wait and see when the cabinet expansion takes place in Maharashtra. For now, Mr. Kesarkar, I appreciate you joining me here on the news today.
Thank you.
In India, it's always about kaun banega mantri. When they say satyameva jayate, I sometimes think they mean sattamev jayate. Everyone wants satta, power. Okay, let's take a break from this point, and then when we return, we'll come to our good news today story. It's the grand opening of the 44th Chess Olympiad in Chennai, the world's chess capital. Prime Minister Modi, Chief Minister Stalin, superstar Rajdeep and Grandmaster Vishwanathan Anand among them at a grand opening ceremony. Highlights of that on the other side. You're watching the news today. News without the noise.
I don't read the news. I read between the lines to tell you the true version of events, the true story of our times.
To document grief, the toughest assignment for any journalist to be.
From those who matter.
Women politicians going to stick up for each other.
Of those who should matter. I document the truth. I don't distort the truth. I don't glamorize the truth. I don't gloss over the truth.
The ghosts of India's contentious medieval history have come knocking again.
I hustle for the truth. On the ground, in the newsroom, in the studio. I don't try to grab eyeballs.
I inform you to make you see the point.
To the Point with Preeti Chaudhary. At these times, only on India Today.
NASA beamed doctors into the middle of the International Space Station while they were physically on Earth. This might seem like a scene from a sci-fi movie, but this technology now exists. NASA tried this new method to ensure medical help is provided to people in adverse situations. This is being called the first holoportation handshake from Earth in space. So what is holoportation and how does it work? According to NASA, it is a capture technology that allows high-quality 3D models of people to be reconstructed, compressed and transmitted live anywhere in real time. When these images are combined with mixed reality displays such as HoloLens, it allows users to see, hear and interact with remote participants in 3D. The technology gives a feeling as if the person is right in front of you. NASA says that the technology could be highly effective in deep space where communication lag is a major problem due to the immense distance between Earth and other objects. Using the Microsoft HoloLens Kinect camera with custom software, NASA flight surgeon Dr. Joseph Schmid and their teams were holoported. They interacted with astronaut Thomas Pesquet in a two-way conversation. Holoportation is not new. It has been in use since at least 2016 by Microsoft. But this was the first use in such an extreme and remote environment as space.
Welcome back. You are with the News Today, Good News Today story, and it's a proud and historic moment for India. A country that has thrown up many a chess grandmaster and a world champion is hosting the Chess Olympiad in Chennai for the first time. Today, Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the mega event, which was with stars, celebrities and sports persons there. This prestigious competition is being hosted in Asia after 30 years. It's our Good News Today story. We are a nation of Shatranj ke Khiladi. I leave you with that story. Stay well, stay safe. Good night, Shubhratri, Namaskar.
Impeccable dance performances. Spectacular sand art. Flawless piano performance.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
Proud and historic moment for India as it hosts the Chess Olympiad for the very first time.
For the draw of colours.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the 44th Chess Olympiad in the presence of Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin.
Thank you. 44th Chess Olympiad had been a tournament of many firsts and records. This is the first time the Chess Olympiad is being held in the place of origin of chess of India.
Today is a day of great pride for India. International Chess Olympiad has never happened in India before. Hosting the Chess Olympiad for the first time in India is a big honor for us. We are further delighted that Tamil Nadu has got its honor.
44வது Sardesai. The Olympiad fever caught the Prime Minister as he came in the chess checkered vesty to the event. Superstar Rajinikanth and Indian chess grandmaster Vishwanath Anand were in attendance, witnessing history being scripted at Chennai's Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium.
This is also amongst
the city completed the uphill task of completing the preparations for the mega event in 3 months.
India is well and truly delighted to be hosting the 44th Chess Olympiad in India. The first ever Chess Olympiad torch relay traveled through 75 iconic locations celebrating the occasion of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. The torch covered 27,277 kilometers across the nation.
The event has attracted a record number of entries. With 187 countries participating, this will be the largest participation in any chess Olympiad so far. The prestigious competition is being hosted in Asia after 30 years. The mascot for the Chess Olympiad is Thambi, a horse dressed in vesti and shirt. India is also fielding its biggest ever contingent in the competition, comprising 30 players across 6 teams. Olympiad fever has gripped the city. Now all eyes are on Shatranj ke Khiladi.
The inauguration ceremony for the Chess Olympiad here in Chennai was truly a spectacle, truly fitting for such a historic event in the city. Yes, the excitement was peppered with a bit of politics. When we came down to it, at that international event stage, the bonhomie between Prime Minister Modi and Chief Minister Stalin is what everyone was talking about. Now, the focus will shift to the chessboard. Not the one that I'm standing in, but the chessboard that international world-class players will be coming together to play chess on in beautiful Mamallapuram. With video journalist Sachin Chandok, this is Akshita Nandagopal reporting from Chennai for India Today.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
With every sunrise comes new beginnings, new opportunities and new stories. And that's why we're first up. While you're sleeping, we're hard at work to ensure you get the perfect news shot every morning. Get you all the updates. Our morning mission to get you news that's fresh and packed with flavor. Watch First Up every weekday morning with me, Akshata Nandagopal, right here on India Today.
You are watching India Today.
Presented by Green Lamb Laminates, Har Gustakhi Saaf. Co-powered by If It's Important, Blue Dot It. In association with Hetic Fittings, make your furniture work beautifully. Offer pe offer, sirf Kalyan Jewelers mein.
US President Joe Biden and the Chinese President Xi Jinping have had a 2 hours and 17 minutes long conversation amidst a spike in tension between the United States and China. This is the 5th conversation between the two heads of state and spike in tension over multiple issues from China's support to Russia on Ukraine to COVID-19. But the latest flashpoint is the potential visit of the US House Speaker Nancy Pelosi to Taiwan. It's likely that this visit takes place sometimes in August. It was to take place in April. Now China is opposed to the visit and has not only called it a provocation but has warned the United States of consequences. Will the United States buckle under Chinese pressure and bullying tactics, or will the United States actually stare the dragon down? I'm Gaurav Sawant. We will get you the latest from Washington DC to Beijing and also Taiwan. But first, as always, the headlines. Partha Chatterjee sacked as Bengal minister. Trinamool Congress also suspends him from all party posts. Chief Minister Mamta Banerjee says she took action against her minister because she's strict. 3 more Rajya Sabha MPs suspended. Smriti Irani, Sonia Gandhi face off in Lok Sabha over Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary's Rashtrapatni comment. Congress leader now summoned by the National Commission for Women. Big breakthrough in BJP leader Praveen's murder in Dakshin Karnataka. 2 accused arrested. Popular Front of India link emerges. Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai calls for a ban on the radical Islamist outfit. 4 weeks after Eknath Shinde took oath as Chief Minister of Maharashtra, the state still awaits a cabinet. Uddhav Thackeray camp moves the Supreme Court, challenging the Speaker's decision to appoint Rahul Shivle as the Sena Lok Sabha leader. Grand opening of the 44th Chess Olympiad in Chennai. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin and superstar Rajnikanth attend the gala ceremony. Our top story remains US President Joe Biden's conversation with the Chinese President Xi Jinping on telephone. Now, according to White House, the two spoke for over 2 hours. In fact, the conversation lasted for 2 hours and 17 minutes. This is the 5th conversation between the two heads of state amidst the rising tension and multiple issues. This tension is due to issues like China's support to Russia on Ukraine, also COVID-19. But the latest flashpoint is the potential visit of the US House Speaker Nancy Pelosi to Taiwan. She was to visit Taiwan in April. That time too, China objected, but that time she was down with COVID-19. This visit is now being rescheduled as she visits Asia sometimes in August. China has opposed this visit. China has called it a provocation. China has also warned the United States of America of consequences. The question remains, will the US buckle under Chinese pressure or stare the dragon down? National Security Council spokesperson in the United States of America, John Kirby, he spoke of keeping lines of communication with China open at a time when there is tension and friction regarding developments both in South and East China Sea. The United States has said that they found China's behavior coercive and aggressive.
There is an awful lot